so amazing.
And then same thing in measure 7, so it should be 4, 8 notes. So parts 4 and 3 again, starting measure 3.
Drew, okay. It's tricky because they actually have two separate things all the time, parts 1 and 2. They don't ever play anything that is similar.
Okay.
So maybe a better way to address that was to add in like once you finish listening to parts 3 and 4, to add in part 2 at measure 7. So you would have said,
yeah.
Okay, and then add in part 2, and that way you can make sure they're matching articulations and lengths across the whole thing. But before that, well, not before that, and then after that, I would listen to part 1 alone, and then part 2 alone for at least the first 6 measures, and then put them together and make sure that they're lining up. Why don't you give that a try?
Okay. Part 1.
And start with part 2, because they have the more interesting part, right? You didn't hear that because Christina was playing a very loud half note. And that will happen in your group. You'll have a layer that's more interesting, but they're being covered up by the people that are blah. So, and then you just ask them to be sensitive of the other parts.
Okay.
Now you can listen to both parts together.
All right. Part 1 and 2.
Now you need to listen to part 1.
Part 1. Measure 7. In bar 8, you should just have a quarter note, half note, quarter note.
So then in regular rehearsal, you'd listen to all of them together to make sure you're hearing the clarity. But for now, go on.
Starting measure 11, your parts 1 and 2.
Good, Drew. Okay, Swan Lake.